Hey guys, good night. This is day 310, Saffat 75 to 113. Indeed, Noah cried out to us, and how excellent are we in responding. We delivered him and his family from the greatest distress and made him descendants, the sole survivors. And we blessed him with honourable mention among later generations. Peace be upon Noah among all peoples. Indeed, this is how we reward the good doers, for he was truly one of our faithful servants. Then we drowned the others. And indeed, one of those who followed his way was Abraham. Remember when he came to his Lord with a pure heart and said to his father and his people, "What are you worshipping? Is it false gods that you desire instead of Allah? What then do you expect from the Lord of all worlds?" He later looked up to the stars in contemplation, then said, "I am really sick." So they turned their back on him and went away. Then he stealthily advanced towards their gods and said mockingly, "Will you not eat your offerings? What is wrong with you, that you cannot speak?" Then he swiftly turned on them, striking them with his right hand. Later his people come rushing towards him furiously. He argued, "How can you worship what you carve with your own hands, when it is Allah who created you and whatever you do?" They said to one another, "Build him a furnace and cast him into the blazing fire." And so they sought to harm him, but we made him inferior. He later said, "I am living in obedience to my Lord. He will guide me, my Lord. Bless me with righteous offspring." So we gave him good news of a forbearing son. And when the boy reached the age to work with him, Abraham said, "Oh, my dear son, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you, so tell me what you think." He replied, "Oh, my dear father, do as you are commanded. Allah willing, you will find me steadfast." Then when they submitted to Allah's will, and Abraham laid him on the side of his forehead for sacrifice, we called out to him, "O Abraham, you have already fulfilled the vision. Indeed, this is how we reward the good doers." That was truly a revealing test, and is how we reward the good doers. He was truly one of our faithful servants. We later gave him good news of Isaac, a prophet and one of the righteous. We blessed him and Isaac as well. Some of their descendants did good, while others clearly wronged themselves. Okay, since the start of Surah, uh, believers and non-believers, they are in different endings. Believers will be in paradise, having fun and enjoying their paradise, and of course they will be staying there for forever. But for disbelievers and tyrants and uh, other misdeed people. They will be in hell arguing with each other, telling each other that you caused me to do bad things and things like that. But here we have two examples from the world. Now we are not talking about paradise or hell and the people there and their stories and how it's going to be there. Now we are talking about the world of life. The first one is Nuh alayhi salam. He, of course, tried to convey the message of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, but they didn't listen to him. They mocked him. But at the end, as it says here, Nuh cried out, and Allah Jalla Jalaluhu responded with the best way, and Allah destroyed the people of Nuh alayhi salam and saved Nuh and some of the companions with him, true believers. Another example is Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he was trying to convince people that instead of worshipping all those things that they carved by their own hands, why don't you believe in Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? That's the main thing. Why don't you believe in Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? And also believe in hereafter. He's gonna judge you for whatever you did in your worldly life. But as mostly they say that we didn't see anything like this from our forefathers. We see our forefathers believing these things, so we believe in them. So they tried to kill Prophet Abraham, but also they were unable to do that. Also, there is another example here. Despite the fact that Ibrahim alayhi salam, in the beginning of this section, says that he came to his Lord with a pure heart. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu gave him a chance to show this pure heart and pure belief, true believer as a true believer. And he showed this by planning to sacrifice his own son. And his son Ishmael is also shown that he also has a pure heart and true belief in their hearts. And he said, I'm ready and I will be steadfast. You will find me steadfast. Do whatever Allah told you to do. And of course, Allah did not let them do this and then stop sacrificing his son. And he was one of the most honorable, uh, honorably mentioned prophets throughout the history. But the key here is after that, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu told us that after all these prophets, their descendants also, some of them did good, while others clearly wronged themselves. So Abraham was a great prophet. Nuh alayhi salam was a great prophet. Since everybody knows better Abraham, Prophet Abraham, Jewish people, Christians, and Muslims, all, as it says here, everyone is actually individually responsible for their own life at some point. Because everyone has, at some point, will be led to show what they believe. I don't want to call it test. Allah doesn't need to test anybody. Allah knows all. Allah knows timeless. There is no such thing as time. And Allah knows everything. But Allah gave people options to show what they are, who they are, how they act. So that as before some other surahs we saw, no one actually will be surprised on the resurrection day, on the judgment day. Everyone will know who they are, what they did, and what the outcome is. Whether they're going to be going to hell or they're going to be going to paradise as Allah's blessings. As it's said before, some people will be bright faces. They will be happy. Why should they be worrying? And some faces will be dark because they know that they did a lot of bad things in their worldly lives. Now they reach to that point that there is no return. Now it's the day of judgment. So personal responsibility and showing the real faith is the key here. Doesn't matter whether your father is a prophet or your husband is a prophet. It doesn't matter who your father is. Of course, if your father is a good, your parents are, if they are good, They will try to teach you all the good things. They will try to make you act uh, in the way that they were acting. So you're not going to be able to find some other trees' fruits under some other trees. Every fruit will be coming out of that tree. Uh, so where that fruit will be on the bottom of the tree, under the tree will be its own fruit, of course. But after some point, everyone has the intellect. Everyone has the same number of neurons in their brain to judge, to see, to choose. So after some point, with some knowledge and with some understanding and intellect, you are on your own intellect to select what is wrong and what is right. And you will be the responsible for whatever the outcome is.